The castle of La Suvera rises up amongst the Sienese hills in territory rich in history and art, which has developed in this location from the High Middle Ages. In 1507, his lordship of Siena, for political reasons, gave the castle of the Suvera, along with the church and surrounding district, to Pope Julius II, the Pope patron of Michelangelo and Raffaello, who ordered the construction of San Pietro, which would become the largest church in the world. Julius II appreciated the gift and decided to change the medieval castle into a Renaissance villa surrounded by Italian-style gardens. The Marquis Ricci renovated this property as a family residence, decorating and furnishing it with selections from the private collection of the Ricci family and his spouse, Princess Eleonora Massimo, transforming the property into a 5-star luxury hotel. Middle 19th century Italy was divided in various states, one of which was Piedmont, with its capital Turin, where the Savoy princess reigned. A political movement supported by France convinced the Italians to join in a unified state led by the King of Piedmont, Carlo Alberto, whose 2 sons will begin the Risorgimento Wars. His first son, Vittorio Emanuele II, became Italy's first king. His second son, Ferdinando di Savoia, became Duke of Genoa, great-grandfather of the Marchioness Ricci. This suite preserves his memory. The memories of this unfortunate Queen of France, who was guillotined during the French Revolution, arrived to us from 2 princesses from the House of Savoy, ancestors of the Marchioness Ricci, who married the 2 kings of the post-Napoleonic Restoration, Luigi XVIII and Carlo X, both brothers of Luigi XVI. The furniture in this suite is all 17th century, and mostly comes from the Dukes of Genoa's palace in Turin. Another ancestor of the family is Maria Carolina, daughter of the 2nd King of Naples, Francesco di Borbone of the Kingdom of the 2 Sicilies. She was gracious, lively, and small in stature, and had the fortune to marry the Crown Prince of France, the Duke of Berry, who did not become king due to his assassination by an anarchist in Paris. In this suite we find a portrait of Maria Carolina as a crying widow, her court dresses, and a Sicilian bed, which arrived with her 2nd marriage to the Sicilian prince Lucchese Palli. These Napoleonic memories come from the uncle of the emperor, the Cardinal Fesch, who at the beginning of 1800 had been the favoured guest of the Ricci family at the Ricci Palace in Rome for many years. The room has been decorated recalling a field tent, which depicts scenes of the Egyptian campaign. Cardinal Giovanni Ricci lived in the 16th century and was a powerful man, linked by friendship with princes, popes, and kings. His portrait dominates the Ricci family archive. The memories and documents of 700 years of family history are preserved in this precious 18th century library. On the same floor, we find the most important hall of the palace, overlooked by the portrait of Pope Julius II, with its large Renaissance fireplace and portals in travertine. We arrive then in the library, surrounded by bookcases, collections, and memoirs, which include an unusual collection of butterflies, shells, insects, and rare bird eggs. The loggia on the 1st floor overlooks the stunning Tuscan valley and Italian-style gardens below. In the corridors, a precious collection of antique dresses belonging to the family is displayed, among which we find 2 red uniforms. On the left, the livery of a lackey of the House of Bavaria. On the right, the uniform of a standard-bearer of Charles X, dating back to the Duchess of Berry. We are now in the Tower Room, which is dedicated to the unknown knight standing beside his white horse and a Moor servant in the large portrait that dominates the room. Nobody in the family has ever known who this figure represents, but he was affectionately given the nickname of Cesarino della Torre. In 1841, Henry Eustace, General of Her Majesty the Queen of England, fell in an accident during a fox hunt. His daughter Rosalia married an Italian nobleman in 1853, who happened to be the Marquis Ricci Paracciani. This suite is decorated with 18th century English furniture and family heirlooms. Several years ago, the master artist Emilio Farina, a good friend of the family, decided to offer as a gift to the Marchioness Ricci the paintings that characterize this suite, meant as a representation of the 4 elements. The furniture in this suite dates back to the Regency period, with an all-white bedroom. The Marchioness Campana fell into indigence at the hands of Pope Pius IX. She was taken in by the Ricci family and gave as a vote of her gratitude the marble statue by Tenerani, Canova's pupil. The hall dedicated to her is decorated with neoclassical furniture, marble statues, and antique musical instruments. The suite on the top floor is decorated with Renaissance-era furniture, in memory of Pope Julius II. Actually, the Pope never made his way up to this room, as he suffered from gout, but it has hosted the former Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger, now Pope Benedict XVI. The suite dedicated to Maria Gabriella di Savoia, the great-grandmother of the Marchioness Ricci, is one of the most unique and exclusive suites of the villa, due to its elegant and refined furniture from the 18th century. She was married to Prince Camillo Vittorio Massimo, but their love romance was interrupted prematurely, as she died at a very young age after the birth of their firstborn child. The view of the Tuscan countryside from this suite is one of the most romantic ones on the property. The ancient building Scuderie, once horse stables on the ground floor and sleeping area for the stable boys, today hosts 12 suites, each dedicated to a famous horse. This building is connected to the Fattoria building, once used as storerooms, which houses another 12 suites of the Relais, each individually furnished and decorated with antique furniture and art pieces. In the basement of the Villa Papale, around the Carolingian-era tower, you find a modern spa and jacuzzi with medieval-era refinement, a sauna in an ancient grotto, massage rooms, and a fitness center. And now, let's start dreaming.